Line, DLR from Tower Gateway, and National Rail services from Fenchurch Street.
Find the gap between the train and the platform.
Heading into the Tower of London. A black cat at the Bloody Tower. So we just saw the crown jewels, and you're not allowed to take any pictures or video in there. So what was your favorite thing that you saw?
The crown.
Which one? We saw like
the last one.
The last one?
Yeah, the one they put on first.
Oh, that's the one that they put on at the end of the ceremony. And it said they wear it on the opening of Parliament every year and at the end of the ceremony.
All I know is that there's a lot of money.
Yeah. The Tower of London is famous for ravens. They're also known as the guardians of the tower. This British myth is taken very seriously. It's not known where exactly it originated from or how or when the ravens first took up residence at the tower, but the legend has it that if the ravens ever leave the Tower of London, the kingdom will fall. So they always have at least 6 ravens in the residence at all times.
Come on in. Let's do it. We good to go? But also to live here with our families as well. So if nothing else, thanks for parting with Yada and Cash to come and have a look at my house this morning. Very kind of you. Now for the next 50 minutes, I'm going to be your guide. And together we're going to go around the tower and I'll tell you something of its history and hopefully bring that story alive for you. So you can use your cameras if you really have to, but I just think, just enjoy it, get in the moment. Put them in your
You want to sing the song? What song should you sing?
You think I'm frickin' John Lennon singing Imagine or something?
No.
Oh, the
No. He should be singing London Bridge is Falling Down.
Personne suit là. Personne suit.
Turns to Hagrid because he's reading his letter for stuff he needs for school, and he's like, "Where am I going to get all this stuff?" Yeah, we're getting a Diagon Alley, my friend. And when the time comes, you better be the first to say it. So, Harry turns to Hagrid and he goes, "Hagrid, can we really find all this stuff in London?" And Hagrid goes, "Yes.
If you know.
Yes, you can, if you know where to go." And we're going to walk in the footsteps of Harry and Hagrid and go and find... Yes! 10 points. Right, everyone, follow me this way. And this, guys, is important because it's the first time Harry comes from the Muggle world to the Wizarding world. The threshold is crossed, boom, we're in the magical world.
Okay. We're home.
Wait for me in this vestibule. I'll come and join you.
Okay, perfect.
Good luck.
Thanks. Ooh.
They change the colour and make it a bit darker and pronounce the windows a bit. But another reason we've come to this area is this pub here. Now, this pub is called the George and Vulture. I was once on the tour and a kid asked me, "Who was George?" It's a great question. So I went away and looked it up, and there is a fantastic cartoon of a vulture sat on a tree, stripping the flesh off a bone, and off-screen right, someone's going, "Oh no, he got George." So George is someone that the vulture ate. We have a very serious job for you. J.K. Rowling went, and they said, "We need you to nominate 10 books that every child should read." J.K. Rowling went, "Let me think about it." Now, the list is fairly good, apart from one book I disagree with, because I don't think a child has ever read it. She suggested that most children should read Hamlet, the 4.5-hour William Shakespeare play, which would be tough for an adult, let alone a child. But 6th on the list was David Copperfield. Now this is really, really, really curious, because David Copperfield is very important to Harry Potter fans. Because Daniel Radcliffe, does anyone know who Daniel Radcliffe is? I'm sure you know who he is. Harry Potter. He's the actor who plays Harry Potter. Take 10 points to Hufflepuff. Daniel Radcliffe was seen to play the role of Harry Potter, or he was scouted by the director, when the director saw a BBC production of David Copperfield, starring Daniel Radcliffe. So without David Copperfield, we probably wouldn't have Daniel in the role. And in fact,
Pretty big set of keys, but that key is nothing compared to the key you need to get into the bank vaults under our feet. So if I was to dig down under our feet, we would find vault upon vault upon vault upon vault upon vault. And these vaults are filled primarily with one thing. Does anyone know what it is? Gold. Do you know what? I'm so happy. Someone wants a Lego. Yeah, gold. It is filled with gold. It's a full reserve bank, about 5.6 tons of gold. There is so much gold, it has to be spread out very carefully on wooden shelving. Because if you put that much gold in one place, the sheer density of the metal would put a hole in the concrete, so to speak. They turn it into glass in the final film for the dragon to break out of. But in the first few films, it's essentially the dome on the front of Gringotts. If you go to Orlando Studios, I am promised there is a dragon sat atop of one of these or something very similar, and it breathes fire every 15 minutes depending on weather conditions, which I think is rather funny. But yeah, if you want the inside of Gringotts, Australia House. Close, keep going. Great technique, great technique. Yeah.
Oh, did it.
In London, but it also holds within it a really niche, quite wonderful fact. And the fact is, Daniel Radcliffe attended this school before he went on to be schooled on the set of Harry Potter. And
Walking towards the Millennium Bridge.
district to the South Bank, which is kind of one of the entertainment hubs of London outside of the West End. Now, this bridge has appeared in Harry Potter. Can anyone remember which? And if you can remember this, I will give you 1,000 points, because it is a niche question.
Goblet of Fire.
It's not the Goblet of Fire. Does anyone know which Harry Potter film it's in? To Harry's house, led by Tonks and Mad-Eye Moody, and they're like, come on, let's get you to Sirius's house in London, let's go to Grimmauld Place. How do they get there?
Broomsticks.
Not bus, broomsticks.
Oh yeah, and like when they get there, literally there's two houses attached,
And they go,
and then they separate, and then there's one house over there.
and whose
then,
house is that?
Sirius's.
Take 10 points. However, when they're flying in the clouds, and then Mad-Eye Moody shouts, down! And they come down into London, and suddenly we see them in London. And then Harry and Tonks have a bit of a race, where they're like, and then Tonks is like looking at Harry like, mate, you need to look what's ahead. And Harry looks, and coming towards him is a boat, and he nearly hits it. That happens just under these arches. We catch a quick flash of kind of the teal and gold colouring of the bridge, and wham, the broom goes under it. Now, I'm going to jump from this over to this. That is Shakespeare's Globe, £5 tickets. I wouldn't really pay more. You can stand in the pit, you can leave any time. I wouldn't see the Macbeth in a minute, but I would see the How She Like It.
Exactly. Yeah, that was amazing.
That's the part. He gets the tour. He gets the tour. What's the other spot? All I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. If anyone wants a chocolate coated strawberries, however, they're straight through there.
follow that and you come to a place called Turnips. They're just there. And they're actually really good. They're actually really good. But time to get to the hidden Harry Potter location in Borough Market. Borough Market is older than Leadenhall Market where we started the tour. It stood here for nearly 1,000 years, which is pretty impressive in one iteration or another. And in the market there's a secret Harry Potter location. But to get there we've got to go back to the third film. Speeding up, comes past Applebee's Fish, which once gave me food poisoning, comes past the really good toilets, and then suddenly Ernie whams on the brakes, and the bus stops outside of Tackle's El Pastor. Which is, guys, the Leaky Cauldron in the third film. That little arch through there, which you can just see with the kind of red doors. All we see in the film is an arch. Out of that arch comes Old Tom the barman. But they've changed the casting from a kind old man to a shaved-headed hunchback who kind of talks with grunts. It's really weird. Anyway, he helps Harry into the Leaky Cauldron, and Harry has a chat with Cornelius Fudge, where Cornelius goes, "We don't send wizards to Azkaban for blowing up their aunts." Although in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, he tries to send Harry to Azkaban for saving his cousin, which is mildly annoying. Now, the night bus was not only a big boy, but a big problem. Now, I'm going to show you a photo of the night bus. Here we go, guys. Back into the folder of destiny. Here it is, on set in Borough Market. Now, the scene in question mark, we're going to move the bus around and then reattach it. It can't take more than an hour. Probably the stupidest thing anyone's ever said, because it actually took them 6 hours to do it. By the time they got it here, it was starting to get a bit light, and they needed to get the footage. So that is why there is very limited footage of Harry getting off the bus into there. They literally do it in one shot, because they did not have the time. So it's a big bus, but also a big problem, which I absolutely adore.
Head for the sun, follow your footsteps, edge of the world, right to your doorstep, home, anywhere you wanna go, beyond the stars.